red brick Victorian terraced house. The door slammed shut behind us. Dancer bent down and put a key under the mat. "What the hell are you doing that for? You know we're out of time, right?" "I know," said Dancer, standing, "but it's symbolic. The end of an era, the end of Dragon, the end of so many of our people. I like my desk, too." "I know you did, buddy. I hate to break it to you, but it was one damn ugly lump of wood." "Hey, We both felt it at the same time. Energies collided inside the building. Distorted magic, volatile and utterly wild now. I recalled that the old wizard charged with trying to keep it stable was supposed to be waiting for us, but I guess he knew the score and had done a runner. As the world, emptied of sound and reality, collapsed in on itself, I shouted, "Run!" Guess what we did? Yep, we ran. Crouching low, moving fast, we made it about 3 feet before the world erupted into violence. We were thrown clear across the road from one row of houses to another, coming to a stop as we hit red brick hard. I sat up, bruised and hurting on a whole other level, which I hadn't thought possible, and stared back at the empty space where the council once stood. Half the street was gone, nothing but rubble and roof trusses sticking out at strange angles, as if in accusation. We got up, brushed at the dust, utterly pointless, but we have our standards, and marvelled at the carnage. "We'll say there was a gas leak. We have people for this kind of thing," mused Dancer, back in his role as head. "Do we also have people for that?" I asked, pointing at the group of wyrmlings running down the street. No, they weren't running away, more's the pity. They were heading towards us, and fast. "No, didn't think so." "Run?" I nodded. "Run!" So we did. "Hi, I'm Faz Pound, and I'm a zombie." "Gimme a break!" No fair!" I gasped as my body basically laughed, as if to say, "You got to be joking, dude. You do know what just happened, right?" I gave it a stern telling off and promised it cake, but it knew I was lying, so only partially responded. I switched to threats and swearing as my only backup plan to cajole exhausted muscles into at least trying to move fast. Dancer sped off ahead and then suddenly stopped at a pillar box at the end of the road. "Now's not the time to post your mail!" I screeched, wondering if he'd lost the plot. "Quiet," he said as he fumbled with a key and opened a small hatch at the base. He stood, unwrapped a bundle of Hessian and smiled an evil grin, all teeth and menace. "A gun? Are you nuts? We don't do guns. They're dangerous," I warned, the words sounding stupid even as I said them. It's true, though. We simply do not use them, partly because they are so scarce and expensive, but mainly because they're so prone to going wonky on magic users. Same with any device that relies on anything apart from thrusting or swinging. It's why we stick to magic, and when we can't use magic, we stab each other or whack each other with bats. It's the only civilized way to fight, and it stops you getting your hands blown off, which is always a serious drawback as one preternatural creature or other bears down on you, and all you can do is hold up a stump and say, would you mind not trying to pull my gizzards out? I just had an accident with my gun. Look, no fingers." "Shut up! Please," said Dancer, before he widened his stance, took aim, and did whatever it is you do with a gun to make it fire tiny bits of metal at high velocity, hoping they make a hole in someone you dislike. It exploded with a noise so loud my ears rang, and I was sure that when I turned to look he'd be down one arm and pissed off. But no, the gun was steady, and he fired again, hitting a second wyrmling before any of them could react. Again and again, then twice more, then clicks of an empty chamber. "Tell me you've got more bullets," I said, excited to see the Romanian menaces retreat the way they'd come. "Nope, that's it. Don't want to push my luck. Anyway, it hardly seems fair to cheat." "Cheat? They want to kill you, me too, and I bet they don't want to do it in a nice way either." Dancer glanced at me quickly. "I thought you said I shouldn't use it." "That was before you killed the bad guys. Got any more?"